In 2015, a sealed jar of honey was recovered from an Egyptian tomb. It was over 3,000 years old. Scientists tested it. It was still perfectly edible. In your kitchen right now, you almost certainly have at least 4 foods that work the same way. Foods that will never expire, never spoil, and never lose their nutritional value, no matter how long they sit. The problem is, most Americans throw these foods out because of a date printed on the label. A date that means absolutely nothing. Let me show you all 18 of them. The phrase "best by" is not a safety date, it's a marketing date. The FDA does not require expiration dates on most shelf-stable foods. Manufacturers add them so you'll buy more sooner. But food scientists at the USDA, the US military, and Brigham Young University have run decades of studies on long-term food storage. Their findings are clear. 18 specific foods, when stored properly, last not for years, but for generations. I'm going to walk you through every one of them, what makes them last, and exactly which brands to buy. By the end of this video, you'll know how to build a pantry that outlives you. Let's start with number 18. Number 18. Pure Vanilla Extract. The key word is pure. Brands like McCormick Pure Vanilla, Nielsen Massey, and Watkins are real vanilla extract dissolved in alcohol. Alcohol is a natural preservative. As long as the bottle stays sealed and stored away from direct sunlight, pure vanilla extract lasts indefinitely. Imitation vanilla does not. It contains synthetic compounds that degrade. A 4-ounce bottle of McCormick Pure Vanilla costs around $8. Buy one. Use it for the next 20 years. Number 17. Cornstarch. Argo and Clabber Girl are the 2 most common U.S. brands. Cornstarch is essentially pure starch. No moisture, no fats, no proteins for bacteria to feed on. Stored in a sealed container in a dry pantry, cornstarch lasts indefinitely. The USDA has tested cornstarch over 20 years old and found it functionally identical to fresh. A 16-ounce box costs about $3. It is one of the cheapest insurance policies in your kitchen. Number 16. White granulated sugar. Domino, C&H, and Great Value are the standard U.S. brands. White sugar is a pure carbohydrate. Bacteria cannot grow in it. Mold cannot survive in it. Stored in an airtight container, white sugar lasts forever. It may clump if it absorbs moisture, but breaking up the clumps restores it to perfect condition. A 4-pound bag costs about $4. 2 bags in an airtight bin, and you have a lifetime sweetener supply that doubles as an emergency calorie source. Number 15. Unsweetened cocoa powder. Hershey's, Ghirardelli, and Nestlé Toll House all make shelf-stable cocoa. The pure powder, with no added milk or sugar, has no moisture content. Stored sealed in a cool, dry place, cocoa powder lasts decades without losing flavor or quality. $8 buys you a container that will outlast most household appliances. Number 14. Soy sauce. Kikkoman and La Choy are the dominant U.S. brands. Soy sauce is naturally fermented with extremely high sodium content, around 5 times saltier than seawater. That salt prevents any bacterial growth. An unopened bottle of soy sauce stored in a cool pantry remains perfectly safe for decades. Even open bottles, refrigerated, stay good for 3 to 5 years. A large bottle costs around $6. 1 bottle covers years of cooking. Number 13. Powdered milk. Nestle Nido, Carnation Instant, and Augustin Farms are the most common U.S. brands. Powdered milk has had all moisture removed, which means bacteria cannot grow. When stored in a sealed, oxygen-free container, like a Mylar bag with an oxygen absorber, powdered milk lasts 20 to 25 years. Augustin Farms specifically guarantees their cans for 25 years. A number 10 can runs about $28 and provides over 200 servings. Number 12. Pure maple syrup. Not pancake syrup. Pure maple syrup. Brands like Crown Maple, Coombs Family Farms, and Vermont's Original. Sealed pure maple syrup lasts indefinitely. Even after opening, refrigerated maple syrup stays fresh for over a year. A 32-ounce bottle costs around $25. Stock 2. Your breakfast is covered for years. Number 11. Apple cider vinegar. Bragg's, Heinz, and Great Value are the major U.S. brands. Vinegar is naturally acidic, too acidic for bacteria to survive in. Apple cider vinegar lasts indefinitely in a sealed bottle. It may develop a harmless, cloudy sediment called the mother, which is actually beneficial. A 32-ounce bottle costs about $4. Multi-purpose, cooking, cleaning, food preservation. Number 10. Hard liquor. Vodka, whiskey, rum, and gin. Brands like Smirnoff, Jack Daniels, Bacardi, and Tanqueray all contain at least 40% alcohol. That alcohol content makes microbial growth impossible. A sealed bottle of distilled spirits lasts indefinitely. Even after opening, the quality holds for years if the cap is sealed tight. Beyond drinking, hard liquor doubles as antiseptic, fire starter, and trade currency in any emergency scenario. Number 9. Bouillon cubes. Knorr Maggi and Weiler's are the standard U.S. brands. Bouillon cubes are concentrated dehydrated stock with extremely high sodium content. Sealed in their original foil wrappers, bouillon cubes last 10 to 20 years. They make any meal more flavorful and can transform plain rice or beans into something edible. A box of 48 cubes costs around $8. Number 8. Freeze-dried instant coffee. Nescafe Taster's Choice, Folgers Classic Decaf Instant, and Mount Hagen are widely available freeze-dried options. The freeze-drying process removes all moisture, leaving only the coffee compounds. Stored in a sealed jar, instant coffee lasts indefinitely. Decades-old jars have been tested and shown no loss of caffeine or flavor. A jar costs around $12 and contains over 100 servings. Number 7. Properly dried jerky and pemmican. Commercial brands like Jack Link's and Crave have shelf lives of 1 to 2 years due to added preservatives. But traditional, properly dried jerky and pemmican, meat dried to remove all moisture, then sealed, can last decades. Native American pemmican recipes were specifically designed to last through entire winters and longer. Modern equivalents from brands like People's Choice beef jerky use traditional drying methods. For long-term storage, vacuum sealing extends life dramatically. Number 6. Hardtack. This was the standard ration for soldiers in the American Civil War. It's nothing but flour, water, and salt, baked twice until rock hard. Original hardtack from the 1860s still exists in museum collections, and reportedly remains edible. Modern versions from brands like Bent's Hardtack and Homemade Recipes last decades when stored dry. It's not gourmet, it's survival food that outlives most generations. Number 5. Ghee. Ghee is clarified butter with all the water and milk solids removed. Brands like Fourth and Heart, Pure Indian Foods, and Organic Valley sell shelf-stable ghee in glass jars. Without water and milk solids, there's nothing for bacteria to feed on. Sealed ghee lasts indefinitely at room temperature. Even open jars stay fresh for over a year without refrigeration. A 9-ounce jar costs about $12. Number 4. White rice. Brown rice has natural oils that go rancid within a year. White rice does not. Brands like Mahatma, Riceland, and Lundberg, stored in airtight containers with oxygen absorbers, last 30 years or more. Mormon food storage programs have tested 50-year-old white rice and found it still edible. A 25-pound bag costs $18 at Costco. Properly stored, that single bag feeds an adult through dozens of emergencies. Number 3. Dried beans. Goya, Camellia, and Bob's Red Mill are widely available. Black beans, pinto beans, kidney beans, lentils, all of them. In oxygen-free storage, dried beans last 30 years minimum. USDA tested beans stored for 25 years and confirmed they retained full nutritional value. A 4-pound bag costs $6. The highest protein per dollar food on this list. Number 2. Pure salt. Morton, Diamond Crystal, and Redmond Real Salt. Pure sodium chloride is a mineral. It does not biodegrade. It cannot expire. Salt mines on Earth contain salt that's over 200 million years old. Still edible. Salt also doubles as food preserver, electrolyte replacement, and a critical seasoning that makes long-term stored food palatable. 10 pounds for $15. Lifetime supply. Number 1. And this is the most remarkable food on the entire list. Raw honey. Real, unprocessed raw honey from brands like Nature Nate's, Local Hive Raw, and Really Raw Honey has 3 properties that make it eternal. It has almost no water content. Bacteria cannot survive in it. It is naturally acidic. Mold cannot grow in it. And bees produce hydrogen peroxide as a byproduct, which acts as a natural preservative inside the honey itself. The 3,000-year-old honey from Egyptian tombs I mentioned at the start of this video was not a freak accident. Every jar of raw honey in your pantry has the same potential. It is, scientifically, The only food on Earth that lasts forever. A 3-pound jar costs around $18. Buy two. Your great-grandchildren could still eat from them. That's the full 18. Foods that never expire. Foods that smart Americans have been quietly stockpiling for generations. If you only buy 4 things this week, prioritize these: raw honey, white rice, dried beans, and pure salt. Under $50 total. Lifetime food security against the 4 most likely disruptions: power outages, supply chain breaks, inflation spikes, and natural disasters. The best buy: dates on most of these foods are meaningless. Don't let a marketing label make you throw away food that could outlast you. If this video saved you money or changed how you think about your pantry, subscribe. I publish new lists like this every week, and on the first of every month, I cover the specific items to stockpile before the month ahead. Next week's video covers 15 Costco items that smart Americans are quietly stockpiling in 2026, including 3 items most shoppers walk right past without realizing what they're missing. Stay prepared, stay ahead. I'll see you in the next one.